Hey guys, so a bit of an unplanned video. We actually just landed in Japan, and craziest thing is that within hours of arriving, we heard people talking about Charlie Kirk. I heard his name multiple times, so that just goes to show how far the story has traveled. People are discussing this all over the world. There are public demonstrations being held around the United States, of course, in the UK, in South Korea.
Days before he was assassinated, Charlie Kirk spoke to CNN in one of his last interviews ever.
I'm really kind of thrilled to see that there is this growing political movement here in Japan.
At the time of filming, here are some updates. The killer is 22-year-old Tyler Robinson.
Inscriptions on a fired casing read, "Notices bulges, capital OWO, what's this question mark?"
And these were bizarre references to a furry meme.
Inscriptions on the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist, exclamation point, catch, exclamation point." Up arrow symbol, right arrow, and symbol, and 3 down arrow symbols. A second unfired casing read, "Oh Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Ciao Ciao."
The song being tied to anti-fascism while silencing someone because of a different political belief through murder. You call yourself anti-fascist, but you assassinated a man for a speech.
And a third unfired casing read, "If you read this, you are gay, LMAO."
He was also living with a male to female trans partner who is cooperating with authorities.
Was in a relationship with a transgender woman.
And this is the same partner that reportedly came forward with messages from the suspect discussing the killing, including the rifle, engraved bullets, and a change of clothes.
It's almost laughable, though, looking back at the speculation from some people on the left, because within hours after we got that photo, people were saying, oh, what are you gonna do about it now? Straight, white, cisgender man, and he's conservative and he's Christian. So, unlikely to a few of those. No. And they were saying, yeah, he killed Charlie because he wasn't conservative enough. Yeah, that's like the dumbest thing I've ever heard. That's so stupid. So that entire narrative is collapsing. It was not rooted in facts, it was rooted in projection. In a desperate need to try and twist this tragedy into their own preferred storyline. He's mentioned it to his family, that Charlie Kirk was full of hate.
In the conversation with another family member, Robinson mentioned Charlie Kirk was coming to UVU. They talked about why they didn't like him and the viewpoints that he had. The family member also stated Kirk was full of hate and spreading hate.
Interesting. So saying something you disagree with, that's hate. That's being full of hate. Words are violence, but actual violence is not violence. When it comes to literal murder, a man being gunned down for speaking his mind, that's not hate. What do you mean? Let's celebrate that. You may have hated Charlie Kirk. You may have found his takes awful. You can voice that opinion. Yeah, you can actually debate him. I guess you could have, but no, that was too difficult. You shot him. It's like, was he that hard to debate that you had to shut him up? The hypocrisy is on full display. And this is why you see so many people saying, I am leaving the left. I cannot do this anymore. Better late than never. Actually, you don't have to leave the left. You don't have to claim a label for yourself. No, at least call this out though. I've always said political violence doesn't matter what side it's coming from is wrong. They treat speech as a crime, while actual violence is excused, rationalized, applauded even. And disturbingly, of course, surprise, surprise, there are still people who are celebrating Charlie Kirk's assassination. Posters are being plastered. I implore you, if you think you can stomach it, okay, to look it up, because I can't show it on here, but you can look at these posters being put up across university campuses, or the shirts being sold online also that are mocking his murder. I'll paint you a little picture, okay? It's his face, the bullet going through his neck. And one of them, I believe, said, debate this. And they think it's so clever. See, we got him. Yeah, you silenced him because you couldn't debate him properly. You don't see the issue here. You think you're so smart. We have the posters, the shirts, people online celebrating and threatening the wife and kids. And yes, a lot of people who are sharing those sentiments and spreading this imagery are losing their jobs. Wait, this is cancel culture. Yes, this has sparked debate. Free speech is a thing, but it doesn't mean your employer is obligated to keep you. If on your social media you are posting videos of you jumping for joy because a man was shot, you are glorifying violence, if you're calling for more violence, if you're threatening other people, I don't care what side you're on. There is a difference between canceling someone because of an offensive joke from 2002 and a therapist posting about how she enjoyed watching a video of a man being murdered because because she disagreed with him politically. Maybe even if you're a leftist, maybe you see that there's a little bit of a difference there, no? And that's another thing. Teachers have been posting it. Therapists, guys, be so careful, please. If you're in therapy, right, or thinking about going to therapy, therapy can be amazing. Please be so careful about who you're letting give you advice, though, okay? Because there are a lot of sick therapists out there. They're the ones who need therapy. So yeah, a lot of those people are being fired. We're living in a society where people tasked with shaping young minds, talking to them about their mental health, they are celebrating political assassinations. Sick society. And of course, this isn't the first assassination in history. The first time people are celebrating violence, no. But what is shocking is how many people find joy in murder of people that they disagree with, as if it's some kind of spectacle. How do you show zero empathy when it comes to the loss of a human life? While at the same time, though, demanding infinite empathy for yourself, for your own community. That's when it matters, right? When looking at a lot of people, again, I'm generalizing here, but a lot of people on the left versus the right, this demonization of the other side happens a lot more on the left. And what does that result in? They're not even humans. Who cares if they get shot? Thankfully, though, we do have people speaking up and saying, you know what? I'm on the left, but what the is this? I can't do this anymore. And I'm seeing this even with some creators that I never thought I would hear this from. And I think that's actually a really good sign. Charlie Kirk's death has people walking in the streets, quietly mourning his death. But cities aren't in flames, are they? Gucci isn't being looted in the name of Charlie. No one is burning down neighborhoods for justice in mostly peaceful protests. There is grief, but there isn't widespread chaos. You may have despised him, but Charlie Kirk was not literally Hitler. Hitler was literally Hitler. But Charlie Kirk, a conservative speaker who went to these college campuses to simply have conversations, to debate people. He did not arrive and hold students at gunpoint and say, debate me or else. People were so offended by his words. But it's not hate to shoot someone. Okay. But at this point, I was curious. I'm like, man, was he really that bad? Let's go look at some of the things people are saying. Oh my goodness. People love taking clips out of context. Do your own research by looking up the full debate, not a tiny 10-second clip out of context, okay? Go do it for the empathy thing. A lot of people are talking about that, right? Empathy versus sympathy. His stance on gun control. Look up the whole thing. Watch the whole thing. When he's talking about race, when he's talking about women, when he's talking about abortion, when he's talking about trans issues, anything where you have been told, this guy's literally Hitler, he should have died. Please just go look it up for yourself. Watch the whole thing and come to your own conclusion. If you still think he's literally Hitler, okay, but at least you did your research. Not because, oh, someone's telling me that, so I must believe it because this is my side, this is my team. Guys, use your brain. You have it for a reason because it is not cute to be a little mindless sheep. Oh, they're saying he's Hitler. Okay, he's Hitler. Oh, he's also Hitler. Oh, everyone's Hitler apparently. Do you know how that cheapens the history of what actually happened when it comes to actual Nazis? He went to these campuses, he argued, he debated, he matched the energy of whoever was talking with him, right? And many times, those people and the people that supported Charlie were black, were women, were trans, were gay. They didn't all look like Charlie Kirk, which should also tell you something. And for speaking his mind, for hearing other opinions out, people are claiming he deserved to die. It would not be justified if Charlie was a liberal. Political assassinations like this should not be tolerated, nor should they be celebrated. And back to social media, I do think social media is fueling a lot of this. I'm not talking about the shooter specifically, although he was obviously chronically online, but I'm more so talking about the people who are celebrating this assassination, right? And even trying to cancel celebrities or influencers they followed because they posted "Rip Charlie Kirk." Guys, no. We should not be surprised because we saw this with Luigi Mangione and The Simps. And they're like, wait, but he's actually really cute and murder is justified here. And then when people call that out, they're like, oh, but you don't know what's going on with the healthcare system. No, we do. We know what's going on. We know how many people suffer. This is not how we take care of it, though. We don't randomly go out on the street and start shooting people we don't like. Oh, yes, you got him. I disagreed with him. What happens if it's someone you do agree with? Really think about that for a second. I don't think you would be happy then. But yeah, back to the people saying, I loved watching that video. Let's talk about that. What's going on? It reminds me of children testing boundaries. Like when a child finds out something is forbidden and they go, ha ha, I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm so bad. I'm so evil. It's cringy as an adult, especially because they really think it makes them look cool. It makes them look like, oh, they're so edgy, right? They're watching like gore, violence, whatever. You look pathetic. It's embarrassing. It's sad for society, and it's also sad for you because obviously something happened. Something in your development went wrong. That's not normal. I really do think this traces back to how social media shaped us as kids, because I know for a fact when I was like 10 even, right? I remember this one specific case. We had this kid. He brought in his brother's phone one day. He's like, oh, watch this. It's a dare if you can get through this whole video. And it was a literal decapitation. It was decapitate. It was gore. And we would all be watching like, what? Why did you bring this? Like, why? Then there was another viral video of this guy committing suicide, and he like shot himself in the face. And it was like, oh, don't look this video up. Don't look it up. It's so bad. And then obviously you want to look it up. So you do look it up. And then years go by and you watch so many decapitations and so much gore and so much violence that you're desensitized. Unfortunately, at least in my experience, like I watched this video, it's obviously gruesome, it's horrific, but I don't think that I reacted in a way that every human I think should, which is just complete shock, right? Complete horror. Because after years of that online, after years of seeing gruesome, horrific things, platforms have raised an entire generation on shock content, on gore, disguised as entertainment. Oh, you're so edgy. Oh, you watched it. Wow. What? This is not normal. This is not cute. This is not cool. It's all fun and games when it's someone you don't like, when it's someone you don't know, when it's someone you disagree with, and when you don't agree with them, right? Especially like the extremes, are taught to stop viewing them as human beings. So it doesn't register as a human dying. It's like content. It's just content. So I'll end with this. Call out anyone you know that you see celebrating this. I don't care what your political beliefs are. I don't care what their political beliefs are. Even if you don't agree with Charlie Kirk's views, glorifying his assassination is wrong. Political violence does not stay one-sided. Once you normalize that, it grows. Thankfully, again, I've seen videos people saying, I can't keep defending this. I'm seeing people celebrating his death and it's disgusting. Some are walking away entirely. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. But at least call it out. Be a human being. Do what's right. Because if we do not stop this here, if we keep excusing it just because it's someone you don't like, it's someone you disagree with, okay, things are going to get uglier, especially for the next generation who have online access at an even younger age since birth. Really think about that, okay? And that's all. I'm losing light. You guys let me know what you think in the comments below. Remember to subscribe, hit the notification bell to see more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.